All right, welcome back, Wanderers. In our last explainer, we kicked off this whole series with a pretty big call to action to grow up spiritually. Today, we're taking the first real practical step on that path, and trust me, it's a big one. So let's just dive right in. So, I want you to think about this whole process a little differently. What if we frame it as a timeless story? The hero's journey. This isn't about passively believing in something. No way. This is an active, sometimes really challenging, and ultimately heroic quest to reclaim your own inner power. And like all great stories, it starts in a place that probably feels pretty familiar. You know, the great mythologist Joseph Campbell nailed it. Every single hero starts out in their ordinary world. Before any transformation can happen, they get a call to adventure, a nudge to leave behind everything they know. And for us, that call came in our last explainer. That call to adventure for us is the challenge to move beyond what we call spiritual childhood. But what does that ordinary world, that state of spiritual childhood, actually look and feel like? Well, it's a state of dependency that might feel really comfortable and safe, but it's also incredibly limiting. This is our starting point. It's that state of being where we're always looking outside of ourselves for the answers, for some magical fix, for that feeling of safety. And look, it's a cozy place to be, but it's a dependency that ultimately keeps us from tapping into the absolutely immense power that we already hold inside. So, the first threshold we have to cross on this adventure, the first real challenge, means we have to question one of the most foundational ideas in so many spiritual paths, this concept of a purely external God that kind of acts like a cosmic parent. You know, the word God itself can actually become a barrier. Why? Because it carries so much semantic baggage. It comes preloaded with centuries of cultural and religious history that usually implies some separate, all-powerful being out there, which, you guessed it, just reinforces that feeling of spiritual childhood. And this slide right here, this shows the huge shift we're talking about. We're moving from a model that fosters helplessness, where you're just waiting for something to happen, to a model of co-creative empowerment. The journey isn't about destroying belief. It's about transforming it from something that happens to you into an inner power that works with you. Now, once the hero crosses that threshold into the great unknown, they don't go alone. They definitely face tests and trials, but they are also given powerful tools and allies. On our journey, our main ally is a brand new framework for understanding reality, and our primary enemy, well, it's a hidden part of ourselves. Okay, our first great ally is this concept, the 0/1 framework. It pulls from ancient Hermetic wisdom, which basically says the universe is mental. Reality moves from pure potential, let's call that the 0, into manifest form, the 1. Now here's the crucial part. Our consciousness is the catalyst in that process. We aren't just passive observers watching a movie. We are active co-creators, helping to bring that 1 into existence from the 0. But as we gain these incredible new tools, we also come face to face with our greatest challenge. The brilliant psychologist Carl Jung gave a name to the primary antagonist of our inner journey, the shadow. It's everything about us that we push down into the darkness. Now, this is so important. The shadow isn't just your dark side. It also contains amazing, positive qualities that we were taught to suppress. Maybe it was your creativity, or your ambition, or even your righteous anger. These are powerful, essential parts of our whole self that we've disowned because we felt ashamed of them. And confronting them, that's the central test of our heroic quest. This brings us to the climax of the journey, what Joseph Campbell called the supreme ordeal. This is the moment the hero confronts the dragon in its lair. And for us, it means facing our own shadow head-on to claim the ultimate reward, a unified, sovereign self. So how do we actually do this? Well, this process right here is our map. It starts with step 1, identification. Notice what really irritates you in other people. That's often a huge clue to something you've disowned in yourself. Next, step 2, you have a dialogue with that part of you, maybe through journaling. Then step 3 is to embody it. Just feel what that trait is like without judging it. From there, step 4, you consciously own it with I am statements. And finally, step 5 is integration. You bring that once banished part back into your whole self. This is the real practical work of forging a new you. Before this integration, a lot of us live in this state, which you see here as S equals 3P. A small, diminished self, a little s, just crushed and defined by the overwhelming pressures of our personal, private, and professional lives. We feel like we're just at the mercy of all these external forces. But after that ordeal, after we face the shadow, the entire equation flips. It becomes 3p equals S. This is the reward. A capital S, the sovereign self, is now standing at the center. The pressures? Oh, they're still there. But now they're managed from a place of inner power and peace. You are no longer defined by them. You're the one in charge. And this part is just absolutely brilliant. That symbol for this new state of being, 3p equals S, it visually looks like a peace sign. It's this powerful built-in reminder that self-sovereignty and inner peace are fundamentally one and the same. This is the treasure the hero wins. You see, the hero's journey doesn't end with winning the treasure. The final, crucial stage is returning to the ordinary world, but you're transformed, and you bring back an elixir to share with everyone. For us, that elixir is the tangible result of all this inner work. And this is exactly why this journey matters so much. The elixir isn't abstract. It's the real experience of wholeness and meaning that you bring back into your everyday life. It's the quiet confidence of inner peace, the empowerment that replaces helplessness, and the incredible freedom you feel when you're no longer being controlled by your own unconscious patterns. So this brings the journey right back to you right now. Take a look at your life. Think about those 3Ps: personal, private, professional. Where do you feel like that small s? What's one area where you are ready to flip that equation and put your sovereign S back at the center of your own life? Take that question with you. If you want to explore these ideas and talk about them with others, please join the conversation in our community hub. And make sure to subscribe, because in our next explainer, we're going to dive deep into eclectic spirituality and why your own direct experience is the most important guide on this journey. Thank you so much for joining me today.